So we're standing here in front of the appellate court, the Alabama Great Seal. You can see some great sons of the South, beautiful waterfalls. This is the Alabama State Court. In the background there, that is Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. Now it's Dexter Avenue King Memorial Baptist Church. And you can see just around the corner is the state capitol. I find it fascinating because they have all of these chief justices up here, starting with the one right in front, who was the chief justice from 1940 to 1951, and they give his biography. Now, what's interesting for me is that these people who were chief justices during great periods of injustice, and not to say that there is justice now, but the irony of the color line versus the rhetoric of justice, these people must have understood that and must have lived in a great deal of turmoil. I would love to meet them and their descendants and understand how they reconcile with this, what they think of it. That, I mean, they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing to forward, in a sense, to forward humanity, you know, because they really resided over a period where literally, you know, we say the greatest American, well, the person who started the Montgomery bus boycott there, his statue is in the Capitol in D.C., and it only came this year versus these, you know, this is our society. But what King did, I don't know if even has penetrated the hearts and minds of every American citizen here. Not just because of this, but it is to say that we have so very far to go. And these are probably good people. I'm sure they, you know, at least a few of them were good fathers, good husbands, good sons, and that sort of thing. You know, I'm sure they were church-going people. But then you have to ask yourself, I mean, again, you know, you talk about the rhetoric of justice. I mean, what does this mean? What actually does this mean when they have these cases that involve people's lives and yet they have no moral character? They had no moral backbone. What does it really mean? But more than just wanting to blame them, more than just wanting to, you know, call them sick white racists or anything like that, more than any of that, I would really want to understand how they reconciled then, and some of them may even be alive. Well, let's look. And how they reconcile it now, you know? I mean, I'm looking at all of them. Not all of them have a death date on it. So how do they reconcile? How do they live with that? And I think until we understand, until they talk about it, until they come out about it, we'll never really truly understand the totality of the American story.